We're here at Dyfi Bike Park to go and ride the Oakley Trail with the one and only Gee Atherton. Let's go. And so here we are, we're with Gee. So before we head up and take a look at the trail, you've just taken on Hardline. How did it go?
It went well.
Okay.
I mean, I was nervous for it. Yeah. It was a bit of a last minute decision whether I raced or not. First race back, but I was in at the deep end, you know, but it went well. Yeah, it went really well. It was one of the best events we've had. Some new sections in there, which were incredible.
Yeah.
And yeah, I loved every minute of it.
Yeah, it was an absolute nail-biter watching from home. Like, I was terrified watching you, so I can only imagine what it was like being there, especially it being your first race back after that horrific injury that you had last year, which I'm sure that recovery has been like quite a journey for you.
Yeah, the recovery was difficult, but you know, I had a good crew with me. I had a good crew of physios and doctors, and Red Bull had really helped me out there. So, you know, it was a long trek, but throwing myself into Hardline meant I had something to work for. You know, I had a reason to push on, and yeah, I did enjoy it, but I forgot the nerves. You know, when you're sat in the start gate of Hardline, you're on top of this mountain looking down, and it's so intimidating. I forgot that feeling it gives you. You know, it's incredible.
Before we headed to the start of the trail, we had a quick look at Gee's awesome downhill bike he was riding for Red Bull Hardline. If you want to see more of that, just click up there. But with that out of the way, we headed to the start of the Oakley Icon Way track. Warm-ups complete, kit on, bikes loaded, there was no turning back. In case you haven't heard of the Oakley Icon Way track before, let me give you a quick rundown. This epic Oakley line built by Dan Atherton and Dyfi Bike Park crew is a cross between a slope-style course, a downhill track and a BMX track. Bridges, massive drops, tall BMX lips and hips, all thrown into the one track. But instead of me telling you about it, let's head back to Gee.
Okay, so here we are at the start line, and the views already are absolutely amazing, so I'm looking forward to going down. But what can we expect on this trail?
Well, the Oakley line, probably one of my favourite lines in the whole of Dyfi Bike Park, purely because of how much fun it is.
Yeah.
I mean, you drop in here and it's just effortless. You just kind of roll into it, and as soon as you drop in, you pick up speed. And it's basically just a jump line top to bottom. So there's big, fast tabletops, some big drops that you can't roll. It is quite an advanced line, but at the same time, there's a lot of stuff you can work up to, and definitely by far the most fun line.
Yeah, well, I'm super excited to see you doing most of it, but I am going to roll behind you for the top bit, see how we get on. And yeah, I'm super excited, so let's go.
We need to ease into it. Make sure we have a look first.
I did
Check
look.
out a few little bits.
Looking is better. It's better to not look. Just close my eyes.
Just go. Let's go.
Okay, so that was the first section, and like, whoa, this is not for the faint-hearted, but the views are absolutely phenomenal. And of course, Gee, you made it look pretty easy.
Yeah, and it's hard on this track because you're in at the deep end from the start. You know, you drop through, first few jumps are chilled, and then you're straight into the big stuff. You know, you've got the big Oakley drop behind us, you've got this jump, and they are enormous, and that's the reason it's a black run, you know, it's the reason it's one of the hardest trails in the Dyfi Bike Park. There's just big jumps, non-stop, start to finish. The key to this trail is just keeping that speed up. You know, you don't want to lose that momentum. So all the berms are built up, you know, they're banked quite steep, all the drops have got nice steep landings, and you can ride the trail once you've got this line dialed. You know, you can ride it almost effortlessly. Like, it just flows top to bottom. It's deceptive, you don't realise. You're kind of just floating down the trail, but you're hitting, you know, 40, 50, 60 foot gaps and just floating over them, as you'll see in a moment.
made it down the trail just about. Someone here got a little bit too confident following Gee and had quite a bit of a spill at the bottom. But we're down and we've lived to tell the tale. So,
I mean, you had a good crash.
yeah, it was a good crash.
I feel like I stopped and looked back up and you just came tomahawking into sight, end over end.
I mean, if you're going to come to
Beat over
Dyfi
your
Bike
head.
Park, if you're going to ride Oakley Trail, if you're going to do it with Gee Atherton, you might as well go big or go home. So, yeah, I definitely went big, and we'll be going home with a few extra bruises than I came out with. Well, we've had an absolutely amazing time here with you, so thank you so much for spending the day with us. Thanks to Oakley for letting us come along and ride the trail with you. It's honestly, probably, gonna say it, the best trail I've ever ridden. I am a bit beaten up, but sure, when in Dyfi Bike Park, eh?
Yeah,
So.
I'm glad you survived. Up to that point, you were doing well. So
I
hopefully
know.
you'll be back.
Yeah, they're going to come back next year and I'm going to do it from top to bottom. That's the challenge I've set myself.
Okay, I'll hold you to that.
A massive thank you to everyone here at Dyfi Bike Park, Gee Atherton and Oakley for inviting us here today. If you want to check out Gee's full run, click up here. And trust me, that Oakley trail is epic, so you're going to want to watch it.